Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. And God, I hope I make this a good one. Well, not a good one. Hope you actually like it. Sorry. Anyway, when we last left off, Momo, Rozu, and the girl with the white hair, which I hopefully you guys can come up with a name with because I have no bloody idea. I still can't come up with a name of her. And for now, I'll call her Marie. How about that? Just Marie. And where we left off, Momo and Marie just saw Azuka Midoriya without his face being covered. So they saw his red markings and his pointy ears. And they all decided to skedaddle, quickly go and get changed, but they have bright red marks, well, a little bit red in the face. They don't really tell any of the girls what they saw because they don't want to get told off. But they were whispering and Deku heard them. But he decides to not say he heard them. As a few more days pass and they hear a guy running up to the door, then stopping. Then they see the doors fly open as All Might walks in saying, "I am coming in like a regular person." Or like a regular hero. Everybody freaks out apart from Deku because he knows who this is. Because I'm going to say this. One day when they weren't all at school, Deku met Toshinori again. And Deku sort of spoke to him and he said, "By the way, my name's Toshinori." After like a few hours of talking. So as Deku just says, "All Might, don't make a fool of yourself this time, like you did when you met my mother. Because you two had a bit of an argument." As he sort of like lets a little running joke off. Well, not a running joke, just sort of bashes him a bit with the truth. Everybody sort of like looks at him saying, "Wait, you know All Might?" Deku just says, "Yes, on a personal level too. He was there when I was born." Everybody sort of like looks at All Might saying, "You were there when he was born?" As All Might just nods saying, "Yeah, I was." As he says, "Right, we're going to do a combat test today." As he says, "But what's good a combat, you guys being heroes, if you do not have some cool uniform to go with it?" As obviously all the clothes come out of the wall. Don't know how the fuck that works, but hey. As well, everybody goes to the docks, what? Locker rooms, sorry. Grammar failed me yet again. As everybody walks out of lockers, and everybody is waiting to see. Well, everybody's just standing there. All Might turns up saying, "We are missing one of you." As they could hear footsteps as they see Midoriya walk out of the shadows wearing his, well, Eldari uniform. As a lot of them are complimenting his design, but they also notice some what they think are runes on his uniform. As some of them ask what do those runes mean, as Deku just says, "Oh, it's just good luck. It's just a good luck charm." No, they're good luck charms. My mother was all into the if symbols give you luck thing, so she told me to put these on my uniform so I have some good luck. But what they actually mean in Eldari language is ranger and a banshee. Now, I know there's no male banshees, but for this, there's going to be Deku, who is a ranger and also a banshee, so he can sort of do a screaming thing. What the banshees seem to do. If you ever played Dawn of War 2, where the Blood Angels, the Blood Angel commander that you play as, fights the Eldar in the opening cutscene. That sort of introduces you to the Tyranids and that. That's what I'm sort of talking about. Anyway, as he gives the whole explanation of it's just a good luck, they're just good luck runes. All Might still does the thing with the balls with A and B, and like in canon, he is paired up against Bakugo and Ida. But instead of Ochako, he has Marie. As she sort of speaks to him about a plan, as she actually has armor on. And by the way, Marie is actually the girl or lady you saw in the last picture with the bolt gun and the book pressed right up against her chest. As well, both of them get to talking about a plan. Deku just said, "Follow my lead. Just follow my lead." As he sort of takes a frontline role. Said if Bakugo comes after me, you slip past him and go straight for Ida. Bakugo will most probably want to, I don't know, about his attitude or anything like that. But I have a feeling he might come to me looking for a good fight. As they enter through the building, be aware Deku is wearing the mask, so his voice is already like lowered and sounds very, very unnatural, which does kind of freak her out because it sounds very alien. As well, surprise, surprise, Bakugo did the same thing in canon, but without the attitude. He just says, "Ida, protect the bomb as best as you can. I've got to see if I can cause a distraction and fight them both off, at least until the time runs out." I'm hoping I can do that, but I've seen Midoriya's power firsthand. He made even a villain cry. As Ida's sort of scared and stunned, and because Ida doesn't really like him that much, he starts to really reconsider, well, fighting Izuku. As everybody sort of waits and watches, as Deku and Marie enter the building, as All Might says go. Again, in canon, Bakugo does the same, and, well, he fights Izuku because he knows Izuku is the biggest threat. And he's not really concerned about Marie because she's in heavy armor. But it's surprised at how quick she runs. As the good old saying goes, Nothing like a space marine. In quotations, she's not as big as a space marine. She's the same height as the sister, well, as a normal 15-year-old. But in his mind, nothing. Somebody clad in that much armor should not be able to run that fast. As even All Might's impressed of how quick she can run. Momo's very concerned about it. Well, both of them, because they're both her classmates and she's being responsible. As well, she gets up to where Ida is. Ida's in his monologue trying to be a villain. But his facade sort of breaking because he knows who he's up against. He's up against one guy who's turned a sludge villain into a blabbering mess. So he now knows that Izuku is remarkably powerful and dangerous. As well, going back down to the fight with Bakugo and Izuku, Bakugo's already on the floor, unconscious. The reason why is because Izuku used the warp on him, just to really make his mind spin. So it makes him throw up. Then he just one taps him to the back of the neck and knocks him out. Kind of pissing him off, but Bakugo knows that he's very powerful, so he's going to use a very good attack just to knock him out. Which he doesn't know, that's actually the weakest thing he can do to Bakugo. To knock him out easily. So when he'll find out about this, ooh, stay tuned. Because Ida, he's already dealt with Marie already. As Izuku gets told over the over the radios, that Marie such and such has been captured. As well, Deku runs all the way up to where Marie is, which is on the 9th floor. As everybody sees Izuku blitz past all the cameras insanely quickly, quicker than Marie did. But a lot of these guys just presume that Deku has barely any armor on, so he's traveling fast. And by the way, the Rangers have armor on as well. The shoulder pads, yeah, that's armor. There's also armor within the cloak as well. So, no, underneath the cloak. So he's covered in armor. His whole body is covered up in armor. It just makes it look like it's not armor at all when it is. So yeah, a few things happen though. Deku blitzes Ida. He's literally right in his face as he just trips Ida up as he tries to walk backwards. Then just warp screws his whole mind up a bit, so he's sort of like confused on where he is. But Azuki can just snap his fingers and he does snap his fingers and Ida just snaps out of it as Azuki just touches the bomb. As All Might says, Hero Team wins. And Ida starts vomiting because his mind just got screwed with. But he forgot to take his helmet off, so he's thrown up inside his helmet. So now he has a face that looks like sick. Literally. And now, well, moving on to the USJ, Momo and Ida become the class representatives. They don't want to pick Izuku because, well, Izuku is Izuku, and he's a lot freaking taller and a lot more powerful than everybody else. But he didn't want to be class rep. So on to the USJ. Oh boy. How do I explain this? Well, let's say this. Ida, Bakugo, everybody on the bus, they have no idea what's coming. But Izuku does, because the night before the day they go to the USJ, the warp granted him a vision of the future. Now, you know how psychers can sometimes grab glimpses of the future to try and avoid certain catastrophes, but when it turns out to be a dark god's pulling pranks, it usually turns out to be wrong. But since the dark gods can't control anything in this universe, he grabs a glimpse of it. As he told his mum and his sister to skip the day off work, of whatever they're doing, because the warp has granted him a vision. A woman who is very exercised in a certain department of a unprofessional, well, department that should never be spoken of. And plus it's Slanesh, so it's kind of Slanesh's thing. Right up that one's alleyway. And there was a warrior clad in spikes and black armor with a red eye in the middle. This grabs both of their attentions because they both know who these two are. As they say, "All right, we will, and we will follow you from behind. We'll just tail your bus and sneak in when nobody's looking." And because the Eldar are extremely bloody sneaky, they do just that. When they reach the USJ, they meet 13. 13 does, well, as I said, all the heroes on UA know about Izuku, how tall he is, and that he's an actual alien, so they're wary about him, but considering he hasn't done anything bad to anybody on the planet, they tolerate him completely, along with his mum and his sister. Well, apart from Endeavor, because obviously he got shot in the toe. There's the same thing happens in canon where 13 explains that all quirks can kill, such as her quirk Black Hole. As a dark purple portal opens up, and out steps tons of villains. As Kirishima says, "Cool, we get to battle fake villains too." As Aizawa says, they are not fake villains. 13 protect the kids. As well, two more portals open up. These ones are very pinkish purple. Well, one's a pinkish purple and one's a red and black. There's two individuals fall out of them. One clad in black, gold, and with a red eye in the center of his chest lands, crushing some poor bugger. And the other one, a very pleasurable lady, lands on top of another guy on the soft scale, if you can understand where I'm going with that one. And all the men are sort of attracted to her and also terrified of her, including her buddy who just crushed one of their own. And before Aizawa could even jump, Zuko grabbed him and pulled him back, saying, "Don't do it. Look there, look at those two," as he points to a, well, one, a demon, and two, a Black Legion soul, a Black Legion Space Marine. I know the Black Legion can sort of be memes within themselves, but they're not as bad as the Word Bearers. The Word Bearers seem to have their shit kicked in all the time, so yeah. As Suzuki has actually been told about the Black Legion and the demons of Slanesh and Korn and Zinch and all that, he simply says, "You take on the human versions of yourselves. I'll take us three will take on the demon and the chaos marine." As everybody sort of says, three of us as well. This is where Izumi and Inko turn up. As Inko says in a helmet, "That would be us." As she just appears out of nowhere. 13 is boggled because she didn't even know she was there, along with another female elder. As well, Kirishima and all the other boys both see, well, along with all the other girls and boys, both see the, well, female ranger. They don't know she's a ranger, but Bakugo knows damn well who she is due to the eye colour. And he says, "Wait, what? You're my teacher from my old class, from my old school." As she says, "Katsuki Bakugo, don't make me get the flip flop." And he just says, "That does not work on me here. What the hell are you doing?" As well, she says, "Saving your sorry ass along with everybody else. Those two people down there, one clad with armor, and that seductive thing is also a demon. And we can deal with him. Well, my brother and I will deal with the armored guy. Mother, I think you can deal with the, you know, that unpleasantness as well." She says, "You know I'm a farseer, right? And I was going to deal with that thing anyway." As well, everybody realizes that Izuku is the younger brother to a teacher. As Aizawa says, "Wait, what?" Because this is the first time he's seen them. As, well, Inko reads Karanari's mind as she says, "By the way, young man with the red hair, don't think about anything with us two. We're far older than you. Well, unlike you, Monkai, we are hundreds of years older than you. Everybody's jaws hit the floor. Hit the floor, including Aizawa. And 13 if her suit would allow it. As even Kaminari says, wait, and then how old's he? As he points to Izuku. As Izuku says, oh, I'm 15. I'm nothing more than a child compared to these two, or 100, who are 116, and that 116 is my sister. And 151 is my mother, and she's the one with the staff. As everybody in the classroom is wide-eyed and are confused as all hell. As well, they hear screaming, and it turns out to be the people down the stairs getting absolutely butchered by the Black Legion, well, the Chaos Marine and the Slanesh Demon. As well, the Black Legion says, Elnari, die, Xeno scum! And he shouts, for the Dark Gods. As well, Inko teleports down, along with her two children. Izumi and Izuku take on the Chaos Marine, as Inko takes on the demon. Oh boy, the demon did not want to go down. After a few hours of fighting that demon, I'm skipping ahead, half of UA's, well, that fight is enough to level half of the USJ. Oh boy. And by the way, that took her hours to try and kill. The Chaos Marine, oh boy. He did not want to take a seat at all. Both of them tried shooting him. Well, Izumi and Izuku tried shooting him, stabbing him. Izumi somehow managed to rip off one of his his shoulder blade, the shoulder pad, and Izuku slammed his melee weapon into his arm, then, did a few flips and had to stab him again and again and again, only for him to get shanked with a Chaos Blade by the Chaos Marine. And that blade is deep. And by the way, once that happened, the Chaos Marine also smacked his leg, Izuku's leg, shattering it in 5 places. And because Eldar have brittle bones, like brittle enough to break with a punch from a goddamn super soldier, if it was a Chaos Cultist, it would be pretty much trying to use a toothpick to break to dig dirt. It would take hours trying to break. And eventually, Izuku got a clear shot on the Chaos Marine's face after his sister sliced up both of his legs, both of the Chaos Marine's legs, as he came toppling forward, nearly crushing Izuku. But unlike Izuku, he didn't realize that Izuku's blade went from his mouth to the top of his head, where his brain is. And Izuku used that blade and his connection to the warp to send electricity through the blade. Frying the entire Chaos Marine in his own armour, blowing up both of his hearts, collapsing all three of his lungs, and making his brain go from a pinkish colour to a pure on ash colour. As the Chaos Marine starts to fall, Izumi quickly grabs her brother and drags him out. By the way, Eldar do not bleed the same colour blood as we do. In this, they have green blood. And that green substance is all over the floor, where Izuku had his leg broken and got stabbed. So yeah. Inko walks from her little battle with the Slaneshi demon, only to find her son in critical condition, with a broken leg and a knife within his stomach. Oh boy. When the police turn up, they see, well, 3 people alive, surrounded by corpses, and 2 dead things. A demon that looks like it's now disintegrating, and some giant man in armor. Which Inko did not let the police get their hands on. She burnt that thing to all hell. By burn, I mean basically she made something so hot it might as well be in the sun to disintegrate it. As she yanked out the combat knife out of her son, she also threw that and disintegrated that as well. So the police could not find out who it was and how the hell it died. But now everybody's got questions for Inko, Izumi, and Deku. Because during that whole time, Deku was sort of darting around like a goddamn deadly ballerina. Because he doesn't have a gun with him, because he left it. He knew he was going to have to go into melee combat, so he brought his knife. His Katari knife. Or his bone knife, or whatever it was. As well, they take him to hospital, begrudgingly to his mother and his sister, who said they're going with him, but the police said, no, you're not, you're coming with us. The heroes tried to stop the police, but the police said no. She just destroyed evidence that we could have used to try and figure out what that thing was. As the heroes couldn't really do anything. Now going to the hospital. Now, Deku is in critical condition. Well, they think he's in critical condition. Eldar can heal remarkably quick if they have the right medical technology. which they do. So Deku healed extremely fast. So yeah, 3 weeks of hospital duty. Well, 3 weeks in hospital, and he's already up and walking around like nothing happened. But he's still got a cast on his leg. So he's not entirely scot-free. He's not overpowered much. As the police, well, can't really send Inko into prison. Because she said, if you send me to prison, I can just easily break out. Put me in any prison and I'll break out. She's sort of making a bluff, but it's a bluff that the police sort of buy due to what all the explanations they got from all the students and the 2 teachers that were there. Saying that she fought something that she called a demon 1-on-1, and she destroyed half of the USJ just trying to defeat the thing. While her 2 children were fighting that giant man in armor. And yeah, they they ended up letting her go. But that's not the only time they meet a, well, servant of the dark gods. A few days later, Inko finds another one. And this one, oh boy, he had a message. Saying the dark gods now know where you are, Inari. We didn't really expect to find a daughter of a sister of battle here. So you're not totally alone. The lackeys of the Emperor are here too. How exciting. As well, it goes off in a portal. Now, I'm going to end it here. I hear you typing saying, is Marie this daughter of the Sister of Battle? Yes. Yes, she is. How did the Sister of Battle get there? Easy. Warp fuckery. You know what I said about Zinch making an accidental teleporter? Yeah, it was him trying to divert a lot of Imperial ships. But he ended up transporting a Sister of Battle instead. But anyway, like, comment, and subscribe.